So it appears fat shaming artists is now cool on TikTok, and artists who casually enjoy drawing their OCs on the slightly thicker side are not happy about it, as they rightfully should. Unlike every other art law on TikTok that either causes immediate drama in the art community or slowly turns into a gigantic mush of hate videos made by young artists targeted at other young artists, further spiraling the entire situation out of orbit. Today we have a rather interesting mess on our hands, which happens to present itself in the form of TikTok users calling out artists who apparently draw their characters slightly on the thicker side and thus shaming them for making drawings of chubby characters. How did we end up here? Every time I physically get tired of talking about TikTok drama and then make up my mind to do something categorically worthwhile with my spare time, since TikTok keeps constantly shutting my brain down with an ungodly amount of brain rot content, I'm instantly reminded that this sinking app and its community of equally sunken individuals with the attention span of a goldfish can sink deeper in its cesspool of hate for artists and their drawings. And this time what they're hating is the age-old trend of drawing plus-size characters and why they should not be appreciated for literally no reason at all. According to my intense and tedious research, 89.9999 artists sharing their art on the internet trying to earn a commission or just aiming to sell their work unfortunately don't have a website, which is indirectly making you leave money on the table every time someone is interested in your work but then gets distracted and scrolls away. This is why you need a website, so you can keep all that attention on you. That is with the help of today's sponsor, Universe. Universe is a drag and drop app for creating interesting websites where you can easily pick a personalized .com domain and hyper customize your site to match your creative vision. Universe works directly on iPhone, iPad, iMac, and your MacBook Air. Universe also has an online web version and allows you to make any type of website of your choosing, from a simple link list to a full online shop, portfolio, or even a blog for you to write all your intimate thoughts and feelings. You can start off creating your website by choosing out of their wide selection of templates and then personalizing all the features to your liking before finally publishing it. You can also import your products and add them in your catalog with the Universe Sell Block feature, which will allow you to start selling your work instantly, or use the download block to sell digital items like your prints and other artwork. These features are sadly only limited to the United States, but the PayPal block can still be used to accept payments worldwide. The kind folks at Universe are excited for you to try it out for free. So head over to the link in my description to get 25% off your first year of Universe Pro, or use the second link to try Universe for free. All the links will be in the description, and a big thank you to Universe for sponsoring this video. It appears the trend of fat shaming artists for making fan art of characters or drawings of their OCs slightly on the plus size end of the spectrum has now returned, and the self-imposed art critics and scrutinizers of TikTok with their notepads and their long pens are rushing to the comment section of videos with slightly higher up the scale characters to tell the artists that these kinds of drawings belong somewhere else, outside behind the building in that bright green container where they're properly appreciated. It's a fictional character. Why does it matter what other people want to draw them as? I like the headcanon of her being fat, but I do see why people are upset over this. I don't understand why people care so much about someone else's interpretations of characters. It's their opinion. Let them have fun without complaining. Adding a little bit of context to the video, this artist decided to draw a little tiny innocent fan art of Pinky from My Little Pony in what they thought would be their human representation as the artist's own headcanon. And people in the comments were questioning the artist's choice of drawing the character slightly thicker than what they were used to seeing on TikTok, when in reality we come across body types like this every single time we decide to go out and touch grass. Sadly, they have no idea about this because they don't even leave their gaming chairs. According to them, the artist made the character obese for no reason, and their interpretation of the character was a horrible representation of what the character would have been if they were human. And I'm not kidding, this person actually took their time to sit down and reply to each and every comment that responded to them, telling them how the artist was in their right to draw the character however they wished, and everyone else could just accept the drawing for what it is or go cry on their computers and draw their own version. While the majority of people who commended the artist and praised them for making such a wonderful drawing all rallied behind them in the comments under every hateful post, one of them really stuck out to me for how spot on it was. She isn't obese, the artist made her plus size. Just because she has a little fat on her body doesn't make her obese. That's just disrespectful and a disgusting thing to say. The way people on TikTok were reacting to this drawing was kinda disturbing. How does this in any way look like an obese person? No, seriously, in what world does this drawing fall under the category of obesity? I really want to know. Now, I understand people, artists included, all have a certain body type they find attractive, and in the case of artists, they consciously or subconsciously have a certain body type they prefer to draw. This in itself isn't directly a bad thing as long as you don't use it as a crutch, but saying one body type is better than another or looks better than another body type is just unacceptable and ridiculous. Calling an artist out or attacking them for drawing a character within the constraints of their own creativity is just unnecessary, as long as the artist is not drawing anything inappropriate or sexualizing minors or anything of the sort. This whole situation was just unnecessary and clearly annoying to say the least. But oh my good friends of the internet, if you think that situation was annoying, then you're clearly not ready for this next one.
Since I'm too lazy to finish this and I can't seem to find out a way to render her eyes because I put myself in a really weird position and I don't want to get rid of this drawing, I'm just going to use this as a character sheet.
TikTok artist who goes by eevanstunez on TikTok has been going back and forth with people leaving negative comments on their TikTok account over how they drew their OC and how it was not cute enough, looked insane, and needed much smaller mommy milkers than what the artist gave them. The video had roughly 9,000 people leaving all sorts of comments under it, with half of them all uniting together declaring their disgust for the art that was plastered across their For You page on TikTok. She's cute, but I've never seen someone with this body type. It's a bit unrealistic in my opinion, but I like it and it's your OC, so I don't care. I just wanted to say my opinion. Well, that was objectively a rather unnecessary opinion to even blurt out, if I'm being completely honest with you. If your stance is a body type is unrealistic because you haven't seen someone that looks like that in real life, I'm sorry to break it to you, but if you took your time to get up from your gaming chair and walk around in a gym or a mall or anywhere you'll find a crowd of people, I bet you 5,000 V-Bucks you will find this exact body type in person. And if that's a little too hard for you, just scroll through lifestyle Instagram. You'll find people who look like this. Is this even physically possible? Yes! Love the drawing, but the tatas are just so unrealistic. Sorry. You made her obese by rendering. Please get reference. While some people were trolling in the comments trying to get people to leave hate comments under the post, other artists began to comment on how cute the drawing was and how this was a pretty normal body type and literally had nothing wrong with it. People started leaving comments expressing how disappointed they were with all the negative comments they read under the artist's posts and were quick to point out they had seen people who looked like this or knew people who were built like this in real life. Other people commended the artist for their amazing art, saying the drawing was good representation for people who were slightly chubbier and also for people who had larger chests, since the majority of art they had seen were characters who were drawn skinnier or who were drawn with the ideal body type. Someone even left a comment specifically thanking the artist for drawing a bigger chest on the character, as they too were blessed by the gods of milky heavens with the gift of larger female pectorals and were glad they were being represented as well. As a girl with an actual large chest, thank you. It's painful knowing that women with bigger chests cannot exist or have normal representation. Your art is beautiful and don't let anyone say otherwise. Scrolling further down the comments, it was clearly obvious that people attacking the artist had an issue with how the breasts of the character were drawn and were saying they were too big and disproportionate from the rest of the character, saying things like it was impractical to have big baby feeders on that type of body, and then going further to accuse the artist of sexualizing the character and drawing fetish art for gooning purposes, which was clearly not the case. What even seemed to confuse me further was when the artist posted videos of the initial sketch of the character, the videos didn't seem to have any weird comments under them at all. Well, aside from this super toxic person whose username speaks for themselves, immediately the colored version was posted, everyone seemed to have a problem with it. Yvonne then had to post another video on their TikTok account clearing the air for people who were attacking them because of the drawing.
I just want to clear some stuff up because a lot of people have been calling me weird. The dress does not end here. She doesn't have a slim waist. Like her belly like goes from here because, like, you know, gravity, and then like sorry here. The purse, I think it just covers it and it makes her look, I think, skinnier. Her arms, you can't really see them anyways. But like when I draw her normally, I draw her with her arms more bigger than I draw my thinner characters. And her face, I really didn't think anything was wrong with it. It's much rounder than my other ones. I understand that she has a big, that she has a, oh my god, she's shining. I understand that she has a big bust, but like, I feel like it's understandable because I'm on my trackpad, so don't, because it's like this.
It's so funny how artists now have to post videos on TikTok explaining their drawings just because other people on TikTok don't like the drawings, or they claim some features of the drawing are unrealistic and they don't find them attractive. The fact that a video with over 8,000 comments is filled with people making fun of a drawing is simply wild to me. Artists have the right to draw whatever body type they find attractive to them or fits the backstory of their character without having to bend to the will of TikTok users who think the body type is unrealistic. Someone even left a comment on the video claiming the artist is autistic, that's why they were making drawings like this. What? How?
I read this comment a couple of times. I still don't understand what they mean. If you are not autistic, you probably are. You'll grow up and cringe so hard looking back at this bullshit. I don't know when I showed signs of autism at all, or like when I even mentioned autism on my page. And I literally just drew a girl in a cat themed onesie thing. What?
How does being autistic make you prefer drawing a certain body type? Make it make sense. Accusing people of being autistic as an insult and to imply they are perverted for a mental condition is devil's work, to be honest. It's just common sense if they had a minute or two to think about it for a second. I don't think autism has anything to do with making you draw a certain way or making you draw features on your character a certain way. There's nothing wrong with autism, not gonna lie. There definitely is nothing wrong with autism, but you know what's wrong? The person using autism as an insult because of a drawing. I'm confused on what they mean. My brain no worky. If you try to understand what some TikTok users are spewing into the cesspool of degeneracy and brain rot content, you'll unfortunately be sending yourself off into early retirement, which I'm this close to doing already. What impresses me the most about this situation is the fact that the artists really took their time to respond to some of the ridiculous comments that were left on their video. Like this one, for example. I love your art, though can you try drawing skinny? Hope it's not offensive in some type of way. Just asking. What does draw skinny even mean? Are these people real? It's quite sad how comfortable people have gotten on the internet that they can boldly go onto an artist's own personal page, leave a comment on their work telling them to draw something else because that's what they want to see. The internet is literally free. If you don't like what they're drawing, you could just, I don't know, scroll away. Not to mention, if they did even spend the time to look at the artist's TikTok, there are drawings of different body types. So what was even the point of leaving that comment in the first place?
Okay, so I realized it's just like a lot of people probably not understanding like what it looks like. So like this is her body. She's clearly like, okay, so it goes there and that, and that's, oh, I'm tracing correctly. That's what's there. That's her stomach. It's at an angle, so it's kind of like, shoop. And then behind the purse, this is like kind of like her waist type of thing. And then this is like, yeah, like these are her legs. Like, then this is, yeah.
These videos with the artists explaining themselves like a captured felon for making a drawing of what they like were scattered across the artist's TikTok, with each of them getting a decent amount of views and comments, all trying to understand the level of brain rot that had consumed TikTok users, making them leave intrusive comments on every single video of the character. And while I commend the artists for having to take out time making videos replying every single comment that was either being a troll or just being weird and spreading negativity, they too got tired with the whole situation dragging out so long and made a final post addressing the entire situation. This will be my final post on the matter before I show the finished piece. A similar argument I am seeing is that the drawing is unrealistic. I am a Hispanic and Latina, so a person with these types of proportions are not uncommon to me, and even outside I see girls like this, even with smaller waists. Though weight plays a part in chest size, it's mostly genetics. True, if you refuse to accept women are built like this, even though actual plus size women have already said my drawing was fine, you're ignorant. As someone as young as I am, I should not get to have the gooner or fetishizer comments, not to mention the hate. I thank you all for the support, and I have also gotten many comments of people telling me not to quit. I never said I will. I love sharing my art. It's something I will never stop doing, even if I get low views. I wish to be a character or fashion designer in the future. Anyways, stop making ignorant comments. Big chests are real and should not be sexualized. Some of you guys are gross. It's embarrassing someone of my age should be posting, since you guys refuse to acknowledge these women's existence. That was quite the read. I absolutely agree with everything they said, and I believe everyone refusing to accept this body type is realistic is just cherry picking at this point, or trying to troll the artist for no reason at all. Just let artists draw what they like, and I promise you everyone will be fine, as long as the drawings stay within the boundaries of appropriate content depending on the platform. Stop trying to cancel artists for every single little thing they draw at the slightest instance. And as for all the gooner comments aimed at making fun of the artists, I think we might have to talk about gooner art in a different video soon enough. Well, it looks like you made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, share the video with a friend, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. With all that being said, I'll see all you pretty penguins in the next video. Bye.